Hi, so this is an interruption to PersonsTwo regular programming because Jenna Marbles yesterday made a video called Things I Don't Understand About Girls, the Slut Edition. Now, I don't usually actually watch Jenna Marbles. I don't think I'd ever seen another one of her videos, but I follow a lot of feminist people on Tumblr, and I saw sort of an uproar around this, so I decided to check out the video. I was pretty mad watching it. I have a lot of problems with it, so I decided that the constructive way to deal with that was to make a video response. So here you go. Okay, so my first problem with Jenna Marbles' video is just the assumption at all that slut is actually a term that you can apply to someone, and that there is something that makes somebody a slut. And just like her use of the word bothers me. Like anybody's use of the word bothers me. Slut is a word and a concept that was created by the patriarchy in order to punish women for having sexual autonomy and sexual freedom. Well, why patriarchy wants to punish women for having sexual freedom and sexual autonomy is because patriarchy doesn't like it when women are engaging in relationships, sexual relationships with men outside of a long-term monogamous relationship, because then the woman is acting like her own free agent, and the people who she's having sex with don't own her, they don't control her, and patriarchy doesn't like that. Patriarchy wants a woman to be controlled by a man. And I think this is exactly why there's no male equivalent of being a slut. And the whole reason behind that is because men aren't owned by women. Men are free to do whatever they want, but in patriarchy's view, women should be controlled by a man and should be tied to one specific man. So the idea of them having freedom to engage with more than one person is not okay. When you are using that term, you are directly engaging in misogyny, which I don't think a lot of people realize, but that's what you're doing. So that's my first problem. Content of Jenna's video is basically phrased as her questions for sluts, but really it's her arguments to justify why being a slut is bad. And so the first question she raises is one-night stands. Now, my first problem with this is that she opens this by saying, I just don't understand it. I don't understand the appeal of that, which is fine, because lots of people don't like specific things, and even don't like them to the extent that they can't understand how other people would like them. But most mature, rational people can realize that even though the idea of something is so repulsive to them, there are other people who like it, and that's okay. I mean, like, I hate oranges. I can't stand them. I can't even rationalize how anyone would like them. But, like, there are people who like them, and I don't think those people are bad people. It shouldn't be any different in this context, but it is. Somehow, because this is something that she doesn't like, it's apparently bad. So then Jenna's second argument against one-night stands is that you put yourself in a position of vulnerability and danger by going home with somebody who you don't know. Which has, of course, some basis in reality, yes. But also by saying that, she's furthering the idea that women are defenseless and aren't capable of thinking for themselves or protecting themselves, and they need a man in order to do that, and that's why they should form long-term relationships where they can trust this man to protect them. And so saying that the reason that you shouldn't have one-night stands is because you're putting yourself in danger just furthers this idea that women are defenseless. Okay, and then another thing Jenna mentions is, one thing I don't understand about sluts is, why would you bang other people's boyfriends? And this brings up the really harmful idea that promiscuity is linked to infidelity. There's this idea that, like, if another girl sleeps with your boyfriend, she's automatically a slut. And someone who is promiscuous is more likely to allow your boyfriend to cheat on you. This is sort of this idea surrounding that. And so her bringing that up just just furthers this idea, which has no real basis in reality at all, and just serves to villainize women who are more sexually active. So then another point that Jenna makes is actually a really good one, which is if you're at a bar and you see a girl who is really, really inebriated and she looks like she's going home with somebody who she doesn't know, you should ask her if she's okay. That is a thing that you should do as a decent human being. She addresses this to girls, but I think anybody should do that. But then my problem with this is she frames this as stop them from making a bad, slutty decision. At that point, if she is too drunk to function, that's not a bad decision. That's date rape. Framing it this way just serves to further this sort of cultural idea that only sluts get raped, and you're asking for it in some way by being slutty, which is really harmful. And then she says something along the lines of, I think the sluts of the world are just a little bit sad and lonely, which serves to further another really harmful idea that we have about women who freely express their sexuality, is that promiscuity must be linked to emotional instability. It takes away the idea that women can have independent desires and thoughts and make coherent decisions about their actions. It undermines the idea that women can make rational choices for themselves. And then she ends off her video with two classic arguments about girls who are sluts. One, that girls who are sluts must be unintelligent. That they can't be thinking or they would obviously choose not to do that. And this is tied in with the idea that monogamy is superior. But again, it's also tied into the idea that just applies to women. So for some reason, being promiscuous is not an intelligent idea if you're a woman, but it's fine if you're a man. And idea that this is a classic one that everybody spreads around is that women who are promiscuous don't respect themselves. That you must not respect yourself if you have a lot of casual sex, which is just ridiculous. It's tied into the idea that there's something dirty or wrong about it, and so you'd only do this if you don't respect yourself. So, in conclusion, when I first saw this reblogged, there was actually a really well-chosen gif at the end of it, which was, I think it's a clip from Mean Girls with Tina Fey's character says, when you call each other sluts and whores, you just make it okay for boys to call you sluts and whores. And that's exactly why I think this video bothers me so much. This is a patriarchal construction, the idea of being a slut, and I hate it when I see girls buying into it, because they're just furthering their own oppression. Basically, if, as women, we want to be respected and we want to be treated as equal to men, if we want to be respected by men, we have to respect each other first. We have to stop tearing each other down and unceasingly trying to villainize each other for things like our sex lives. I hope that this video maybe made you think about some things, or I don't know, was useful to you or interesting in some way. I'm sorry that it was really long, but Jenna Marbles' video was really long. Have a great weekend. Marika will see you on the weekend. I will see you next week.